And we're live. Hooray, hooray. Welcome, everybody. We are live on the interwebs. And the only person on the planet who gets every notification is Amber. I don't know what she's doing, but every time I see you on a stream, you get the notification for the stream. How is it that you can get notifications and no one else can?
I get a notification that it started.
I got one.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I always, like, when I see you on anyone's stream, your notification always goes off. I don't know if you've got a setting the rest of us had wrong. I don't know, because everybody else has trouble with notifications. So, anyway. Oh, my
I don't
goodness.
think you like that.
That was something else. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and introduce ourselves before we get really out of control, because it seems like we're not doing well already.
I can feel it in the
air. So we're gonna start with Amber.
Hi guys, I'm Amber Crafts. I'm the author of Paranormal Romances, just one for now, Unknown Love. And tonight I'm writing the third one in the series.
Awesome sauce. And what's that one called?
This one will be Unknown Happiness, which will come out 2020.
Okay.
Or no, 2021.
Okay. And Carrow.
Hi, my name is Carrow Brown. I'm an urban fantasy author and a writer for Otherworld Inc. I have dogs. I am here today to work on my novella called 10 of Brownies. And I'm going to mute myself in a second, but that's what I'm here to do.
All right. And CJ, who's muted, unmute yourself, because otherwise you're going to look silly.
Sorry, my sister asked me about our shopping list. My name is CJ Boyer. I write things. I honestly have no idea what I'm going to work on tonight. None whatsoever.
Sounds good. Dana.
I'm Dana Gollin, and I write adult fantasy romance, and tonight I'm working on book 2 of The Awakening.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. Ooh. And Zaquira.
Hi, my name is Zaquira, and I'm here to get something done because I've been just pushing off my writing. I mean, I've been working on like other stuff, like my poetry, but like.
So you're not sure what you're writing tonight?
I have one story to hopefully work on, but like, I'm just trying to get something done because I've been pushing off everything.
All right.
You can all relate to that.
Yeah, everybody gets there sometimes. Okay, and I am Sarah Scheinberger, and this is my channel, and you're all very excited to be here because I am awesome. Or maybe you just wandered in here and you're wondering, what the fuck is this hot mess? Well, I am Sarah Scheinberger. This is my channel. I write books sometimes. Most of the time, I just talk shit on the internet. So there you go. Tonight we're gonna do move this stupid cat hair. Tonight we're gonna do a write-in like we usually do. We'll do 15-minute sprints with breaks of 5 minutes. They're never 5 minutes. And then we will talk shit in between and kick ass and take names. I want to say hello to everyone in the comments. Let's see, we have The Naked Firefly, DL Stewart, Stephen Whalen? I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I'm just gonna make it up. Aphrodite Lee, Tamara Woods, Michael, Edward McPhee, and Super Villanova are the folks in the chat currently. So hello to everyone, and thank you for hanging out with us. If you would kindly click on the like button, that would be lovely because, yeah, numbers are a thing, and I don't like doing math, but YouTube does, so I appreciate it. Or you can click on the dislike button, too. I like that just as much. Have fun with it.
Oh, wow.
And hello! Welcome, Danielle.
My name is...
All right.
Good folks here today.
Huh?
So we have a lot of good folks. These are like all my favorite people so far.
Yeah, we got a solid group of people hanging out first thing. That's awesome, which means that notifications are working pretty well today.
Yeah.
And hello. All right. Anyway, so let's see. What is I going to talk about? I don't even know. What's everybody doing? I accidentally started drinking wine at 6.
You don't accidentally do that. You do that on purpose.
See, what I did is I poured a glass of wine, and I was like, I'll drink that in like 35 minutes. And then I was like, oh, I was supposed to start that now, and I'm out. So, whoops. And I'm already hot, and it's not helping, and the cat's knocking over the garbage can again. It's not your food, it's garbage! And she's just wet, and she doesn't care.
He doesn't believe you.
But I have Freddy Krueger claws in my hair.
I was gonna ask what those were because I thought that was pretty cool.
I thought it was just
I
like
need-
a phone hand or something.
I need something cool to shove in my hair.
They're not actually holding my hair up.
I'm just gonna let my hair be free, okay?
It's too hot in here for that shit.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
That's why I put mine up right before the stream. It's way
It's a
too
million billion.
I was
degrees
gonna
in the house.
say, we were having beautiful weather until Carrow questioned Mother Nature's sanity, and now I'm dripping sweat in my office. Thank you very much.
I just wanted to share the wealth.
I've
You
been
know what,
questioning.
Don't ever question the goddess, damn it. Okay, don't question.
I questioned the fucking goddess when I was in Wyoming and I had a blizzard. All right, I'll question that bitch sometimes.
I was worried because, it was just, not 100 degrees and it was May here in Arizona and I thought the world was ending. I thought it was a valid concern I had to share with everyone.
Oh, I know.
Have you guys ever done a merry-go-round story? Are you
A what?
familiar with them? Merry-go-round stories?
Yes.
Never heard of it.
CJ has. I know CJ has because I've made CJ do it. I have a problem.
Yeah.
So we used to do this. When I was in my late teens and early 20s, I spent a great deal of time sitting at 24-hour diners with friends drinking coffee until 3, 4, 5 in the morning. And it was like such a hobby that sometimes we would like get ready early and go out of town to a diner to go drink coffee until 4 in the morning. That's how I ended up with the boot on my car that time. That's a whole other story. But so during that time, we started doing what we called merry-go-round stories. And I think Jessica, my friend Jessica, actually was the one who came up with it. But what you do when you're doing them like with people, and I don't know how you do them online really, but when you're doing them with people, what you do is you write 3 lines of a story and you cover up the top 2 and pass it to the next person. And they write 3 lines based on that last line, and they cover up everything except their last line. And the next person writes their 3 based on the previous line.
Kind of like popcorn on paper.
What was that?
Kind of like popcorn on paper.
Okay. I don't know what that is.
Telephone.
Oh, I guess. It's called popcorn somewhere?
Here it's called popcorn. In the South, it's called telephone.
I don't know.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm very confused. Don't even get me started on like what they say in Minnesota because they say weird things up there.
Sorry, I interrupted. Go ahead.
But yeah, so like that was like one of my favorite things to do, and I don't know how to do it on the internet anymore. And I wish there was a way to do it on the internet because like it has to all be part of one thing finally. So I don't know how you.
You could.
You're muted,
doesn't-
Carol, or something. I can't hear you. Oh, you're not muted. I don't know why I can't hear you.
Oh
And then she turned into an anime character.
no.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah, there we go.
I did it on Twitter. I started a writing prompt and like these 5 people were just like building off of each other's 250 characters. Like that's how I found a way to do it on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun. Because, yeah, I've always thought that would be a fun thing to do, like on a stream or whatever. Especially, like, if one of us has a special event. Because, like, Dana's stream was, like, a lot of fun. But I think it would be a lot of fun to also be able to do other interactive kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think...
I have to do something because I hit 100 subscribers totally by accident. I feel like I should celebrate that. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do something.
I had planned when I hit 50 subscribers, my niece and I made a silly 50 subscriber video, and I had planned on doing 100, and before I knew it, I was at 150, and I was just working on the 100, so now I'm like, well, shit. So
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm all for the down. I'm totally for interactive, whatever we want to do.
Yeah, when
And
I
got
hit
some stuff
100,
to give away.
I didn't know what to do when I hit 100, so I just gave away a book.
I don't think I did anything specific for 100 subscribers. I did a giveaway, but I don't think that correlated technically with anything. I think I just did.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna do a comedy video. I think that's what I'm gonna do about making a query letter, because that will be funny and we can all relate to that.
Right?
It's true.
Yeah, we could.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've never written a query letter because I didn't ever consider doing traditional publishing.
Oh, so you decided to not hurt yourself. That's very wise of you.
Right?
Yeah.
The only
Yes,
time I did
because
Sorry, go ahead.
I already have self-esteem issues. I didn't need somebody telling me some bullshit, okay?
It doesn't even go that way. It's just always kind of like, very creative writing doesn't resonate with me. Good luck in the future. Like, I've read that so many times. I could tattoo it.
This is my thing. I went to when I first hadn't decided whether I wanted to traditionally or publish, I went to the Colorado Writing Conference, and you could get your query looked at by Chuck, however you say his last name, Chimbashino or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he edited it and everything like that. And then so when I went to go do my 15 minutes with an agent, she was like, this doesn't really read like a paranormal romance query. And I'm like, well, it did, but I did the query and Chuck said change it to this. And she goes, well, let me see the original. And I did. I showed it to her and she goes, well, I like that a lot better. I'm like, so I just paid $50 to this dude for nothing? Like, really? I was a little pissed.
No, I had a close person to me publish traditionally, and some of the query letter, I guess, the responses that she had seen was they were really just too much. It was just too negative, and I was like, you know what? Even if no one likes my story, I just wanted to get it out there. It was something I needed to do, and apparently people actually enjoy it. So I'm going to keep doing it without being told, yeah, this just isn't my cup of tea. I don't need to be rejected anymore.
I think it's great either way. Like, whatever works for you is great. And I don't think there's any reason. Like, there's this weird belief that we have to, like, hate each other. And, you know, like, if you're traditionally published, you have to think self-published is a joke. And if you're self-published, you have to think traditionally published is uppity. And it's like, that's not required. Like, that's a decision.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
No, I don't. I think that people who are traditionally published, it's fantastic that they are traditionally published, because there's a lot of work that goes into getting traditionally published.
Mm-hmm.
It just wasn't.
No, it's a
I wasn't willing to do it.
Yeah, it's a completely different thing. Like, it's just not the same. Like, after you finish writing it, it changes. Everything's a little different. And it becomes more and more different the further along you get. And I mean, it's different. And that's fine. Like, I don't understand why people are so offended by the idea that, like, somebody did this a different way than me.
Yeah.
But you can see that happening, like, on Facebook. If somebody asks for, like, a recommendation, every once in a while someone will get, like, real salty because someone didn't take their recommendation.
Yeah.
And it's like, it doesn't have to work for everybody. Like, it's okay if what works for you doesn't work for someone next to you.
Yeah, and sometimes, like, so coming from both sides of that, sometimes I hate saying this, there are publishers who will pick up authors who are good, but then not promote them because it's a direct competitor with, like, their cash baby. That happens, unfortunately. That drives me absolutely nuts.
Buy it just to keep you from publishing at the same time?
What they'll do is they'll sign you on and they'll do the whole 9 yards, but then they won't promote the book at all, so you won't garner any sales. And and there are situations that are occurring right now. Sorry, this is like my passion project, right? There are a lot of authors that unfortunately are going through, like, all the self-published steps, because all the publisher's really doing is just putting it in the brick and mortar store. And the shorter that gap becomes, like, the less, like, the publisher's worth anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the less they offer, the less useful they are.
Yeah. So like we can look at Jenna Marassi. Jenna Marassi does fine. She's
Right.
self-published. She's been offered and she's declined. You know, she knows what she's doing marketing wise. Like if you can market it yourself pretty well, then it's gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you're happy doing it the way you're doing it, there's no point in having someone else help if their help isn't going to actually do anything.
Yeah.
Like, what is the point of that? Like, oh, I want you to come on and take 10% of what I'm already doing.
Yeah.
Nobody will sign up for that.
Yeah, because the two indie publishers that I'm with, I'm like, these are things that I can already do. What are you doing that I'm not doing? So that's always a fun, direct conversation to have with them because they're like, ooh.
Can I get a discount because I'm doing it instead of you?
Yeah.
Yeah, promotion is probably my worst skill. I've gotten a lot better with it because Alina will stab me otherwise, and like I'll feel really bad if she spends all of the money to fly over here and stab me. So.
What would you do if she one day just showed up at your door arguing with you? That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, she might. I wouldn't be shocked. There are two people in AuthorTube who I think might show up at my house just because they're irritated with me because I did something they told me not to do. And I mean this in the nicest way possible, but it's Alina and Dana. And she's not here to defend herself right now either. But if somebody was going to show up on my doorstep, if Alina and Dana showed up together on my doorstep, I'd go, oh, I fucked up something.
Oh, no. I don't know. I might show up just because I need to run away.
Well, there's apartments in my neighborhood if you're looking.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. You got a zoo at your place, Dana. I don't know if you're going to fit into a tiny apartment.
No.
No.
The ones in the kitty corner from me are really big. I used to know a dude. In apartments.
Yeah, I probably could fit everything into an apartment. I just wouldn't be able to bring like my people with me. So it would be like the animal park, Dana and her circus. Here I go. See, she's trying to eat my chicken.
Cat's got priority. I need some food. Give.
I know. She's like, I am a turd bucket.
So I played last night. Okay, we should definitely go at 20 after. But last night I played my AuthorTuber game again for the first time since like the end of March, beginning of April. I don't know. It was so long ago. And I had a really fun time. So I might start doing that again. Maybe I'll jump on there after this, or maybe CJ and I can play after this. I don't know. We'll see. But
I know. I was so bummed.
What'd you say?
I was so bummed because my phone wouldn't let me watch the stream.
Yeah, I know, and it was stupid.
I know.
Good grief. Oof.
What's the matter?
What game did y'all play?
I played Sims 4, and then I played my AuthorTuber character. So it's also funnier now because now there's drama, so I can make my AuthorTuber character in a catty way.
Hey, Persephone. Persephone just joined.
Hey, Persephone, welcome. And Wendy, I didn't know you were here. Hello, Wendy. The problem is that if I do this every week, it does start to be like, did I see them today? It's a little easier this week because I didn't do one last week. Which was not planned, by the way, you guys. I was
messaging you, and I was like, I don't feel good. I need to stay. And you're like, girl, I'm not doing it anyway. I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to bed now.
I know, but you took the day off right when there was so much good stuff we could have been talking about.
I didn't take the day off in anticipation of drama happening. I took the day off and drama happened. Like those were not related things.
So we've learned something. You can't take days off. That's what
apparently not.
It was so funny because all that started right when we were driving up there. My phone's just ding, 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 ding. And I'm like, I'm driving. I can't do anything. What is going on? So then we finally stopped. I'm like, I go on vacation and there's drama. What the hell? And then we were supposed to do our Saturday thing and the hotel internet wasn't working. I'm like, this just blows. I can't even look at the drama, much less be in the drama.
That's when you have your navigator start reading
Oh no.
That's what I do. If I'm not in a live stream, I have my navigator reading comments to me, and I'm dictating responses.
Oh,
See,
you're
and
so
normally so would I, but she was laying on the passenger side with an earache, like incoherent, so didn't work.
Hello, Michaela. Welcome, welcome.
Hey,
We're
Michaela.
about to start a writing sprint now. Oh my God, we have to start a writing sprint. Oh my God. We're
All
going
right.
too long. It's gonna be late. Oh no, it's late. We fucked up.
Just start it now.
All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3, go.
I need a therapist.
Lunatic.
Oh, I'll be yours, and you can be mine. How's that?
We'll just
I
make it
think
more.
we've been trying that. It's not working very well.
I did not buy that purse for you to sleep on it. Stop it. You get off my rainbows. My cat decided she's like my rainbows. Stop it.
Oh no.
Okay.
Hold up. All right, sorry. I had like a run of ridiculousness, so now I think things are solved. But I want your cat, Dana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now,
Her.
I'm all. Today, I'm willing to ship her to you.
Oh, I'll pay for it.
Okay.
And then I'll tell Travis she just appeared, and now we have another cat.
I know. This exotic animal just appeared in our garage.
He'd be like, "Isn't that the kind you said Dana had?"
I know.
No.
He'd be like,
Imagine
You
that.
should tell him there can be more of them in the world than just Dana's.
yeah.
How would I get
that's
here
true.
from Arizona, Travis?
Yeah.
Don't be ridiculous.
I don't have one of those particle machines where I can just zap it from one place to the next.
All right.
God, I wish I had
Hi,
one of those.
Tommy. Welcome. Tommy is one of our new friends as well. Welcome, welcome.
Awesome.
Michaela got 277. Derek got 376. DL Stewart. I'm trying to use his name so people know who the hell I'm talking about because like his name is
Stewie. I call him Stewie.
I can't do that.
I can't. I will.
I
can't.
told him, we were talking about it on my live stream, and I told him that I can't call him Stewie because I hate that little fucker. I'm with a passion. Go ahead. And I really like Derek.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that, but I now have put him in my brain as DL and Derek, and like there's not a lot of spaces left. My brain is like an old school Rolodex. Like you get two names. After that, you just get whatever I call you. All of my divorced friends are very understanding of that, which is nice.
See, I'm weird. I
You
don't
get
like.
remarried and you're fucked. You are
I'm weird.
whoever
I don't like
you are.
the show. I don't like the show at all. But I love Stewie as a character. Like I don't know.
I actually like American Dad more than Family Guy, which is apparently like it's like you saying you prefer to have like a constant condition than like an illness that passes in a day. So I don't really know why I would pick that, but I actually think American Dad is less funnier.
I just honestly, my biggest problem is just how it's his relationship with his mother, and I know that's what makes it funny, but I'm a mother, and if my child thought those thoughts, there'd be a war in my house. So I can't do it. I can't get on board on anything that abuses the mom character. You can abuse the dad all you want. I mean, he's a dumbass anyway. But and I do. American Dad is the one with the alien, right?
Yeah.
Roger.
I have a friend who will not watch American Dad because Roger is on it.
Yeah.
Really?
I
He doesn't like Roger?
Jake.
Really?
Yeah. But then
I
again, he's a
laugh
criminal,
more
so it's
at
fine.
American Dad than I ever have.
You really want to take his word for it?
I'm gonna get a text message. By the way, I started watching your stream tonight. What was that?
You called me out.
Yeah,
Oh,
It's public record, man. Public
it
record.
is public record. I took pictures from the courthouse on my phone. My dad was like, "Are you allowed to just do that?" And I'm like, "I don't know. They didn't stop me."
Yeah.
I go to like courthouse and look up records and just take pictures of them with my phone rather than paying the clerk to print them.
Okay, that you know what? Yeah, I was gonna say you're saving your employer some money.
No,
That'd be a
it's for
nice
me. It's
bonus.
not for her. She
Oh.
pays for it. Nothing she wants is like feasible that way, but this is like me being nosy. And I'm not going to spend my own money to be nosy.
Right.
I'm already
Trying
in the
to give you
courthouse for my job, and like,
You might as well.
to be fair, she told me to do that because I was worried. Okay, this friend of mine got in some trouble. I found the charges online. I was worried about the charges, so she told me, "Well, when you're at the courthouse next time, why don't you look at the bills of indictment?" And I was like, "Oh, it made it worse. Thanks, boss."
Yeah.
It made it like exponentially worse.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Don't give me ideas. Do you
Yeah,
know
no,
me?
I was coming up with like rationalizations, like XYZ happened, and it looked like he did this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the neat part about Sarah's job. She is privy to this kind of information. Whereas
No, but this is all public record.
Oh, it is public
Oh
record.
yeah, everything
okay.
I have access to is 100% public record.
I do that. Like, I will go on to public records just to like see who has died and who has gotten married to see if I know anybody. And that unfortunately is how one of my sisters found some information regarding my other sister and then told my mother.
Oh wow.
And I got a lovely phone call because she thought that I was in on this secret. And I was like, why would I keep a secret this big from you? I mean, come on. I know better. I know better than to keep that kind of stuff from my mother. Okay. No. But I thought you meant like, behind the scenes type of stuff.
No, it's just like I happened to cross it.
Right.
Actually looking up something for his ex-wife, who I'm friends with as well. And I happened at their divorce, and then I happened under his name, and under his name is all this ridiculous bullshit. And I was just like, huh? And then I was like, but here's the thing, like, I babysat their kids and shit. So, like, I was like, well, what exactly does this mean? Like, what is my responsibility at this point? Because it's clear to me she does not know.
Right. Yeah.
So it's a sticky widget. And then my boss says, go look at the bills of indictment. And she thinks, I'm going to look at them and at least he's going to have pled guilty. Nope, full confessions.
Oh, man.
Voluntary.
Sarah just dove into the soup.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's the fucking, it's the, what do you call it? God damn it, I can't think of it. It's, the probable cause statement is his fucking admission.
Well, I mean, at least he didn't lie. At least he wasn't trying to lie his way out of it. I think, like, in my household, if my children confess to the things they've done wrong, the punishment is less severe than if they lie to me. Because if they lie to me and I believe them and then I find out that they lie,
except that there are 3 sentences you say to police. Yes, sir or ma'am. No, sir or ma'am. And I want my attorney. That's it.
Yeah.
There aren't other sentences you say to police. So you fucked up.
Yeah. Yes, he did.
That's it. That's what they get out of you.
Yeah, as somebody who was like military MP, no, unless you want it to go on record, it will.
Yeah.
That's why they
getting you to be like, it's like, I see you went through something really hard. Are you sure you're okay? Like, they ask all the right questions.
Yeah. Yeah, like they know what they're doing. And especially when they've gone to your house because they know you robbed some places. Like, they know. Like, this is weeks later. They know.
My brother, he had his phone stolen. And the wonderful thing about the internet is that you can do the Where's My Phone app. So he called the cops. And he was kind of like, okay, it says that my phone is at this address right here. So the cops drove over there. I went to go get the phone. And at first they were like, at first he was like, yeah, this is just my phone. They're like, okay, unlock it. And he's like, well, I can't unlock it. And he was like, if you can't unlock it, it's not your phone. So they took it from him.
This is so weird. So I worked in a nursing home for like 8 years. And it was a psych nursing home. So we had a guy who had bought a bunch of weed. And he barricaded himself in his room and started smoking the weed until the people in the rooms above him were having problems, like falling and stuff, because they're also in a nursing home.
Oh, wow.
So we called the cops and we're like, can you do something about the weed he has in there? And they're like, nah.
Hey, don't let the cat out.
That was the whole conversation. They were like, no.
No. SOL. Sorry, friend.
We're like, he's hurting other people. Like, there's people upstairs falling because he's getting high.
Okay, I have to locate the cat.
It's amazing.
But before I locate the cat, I was just going to say, your friend is lucky that he didn't steal from me, because I would have grabbed my screwdriver and gone on a manhunt.
I don't do that picture of you and the screwdriver. I haven't forgotten.
Yeah, her dog and the bounty hunter self.
That's right. No, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. My son and I, we stomped like 5 miles of washes and alleyways following these foot trails.
Okay, you guys. I know we're supposed to be writing right now, but I really want to know, like, of the people who live in like the United States, like the connected United States, sorry, Tamara, where do people originate? Because, like, we should really do a thing. I think we should figure out how to do a thing. Or maybe, like, a couple of little things. Like, where one of us has a thing somewhere and another one of us has a thing somewhere else. So that, like, some of us can, like, get together and do a fun thing.
Oh, you mean where are we right now?
Yeah, like, where do we live? Where is everyone?
Originate. And I was like, oh, girlfriend. Like, that's
yeah. That's
no, like, general location. Like, where are we? Are we Like,
Well, I am located in the Devil's Asshole, also known as Phoenix, Arizona. It's hot as hell down here.
oh, my best friend from high school lives in Phoenix.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you actually lived in Phoenix.
I do. It's horrible.
She keeps finding dudes, so I guess it's good enough for her. So, Michael's Canadian. That's all right, Michael. Canadians are awesome. Passports are only like $100.
This is true.
We got Arkansas.
Yeah.
Michaela's in New York City. Michaela, I will end up in your neck of the woods at some point. So,
What is that
Sexy
noise?
firemen are on the way.
yeah. CJ lives.
I live across the street from
Oh my
fire
God, you're a
station.
robot again.
Yeah, you are a robot.
Damn it. Sorry.
See, Wendy, Persephone, how did
Wait,
I not?
CJ,
I wish-
wait, CJ.
Yeah.
I need you to go robots in disguise.
I'm not going to do no.
Do it. No, it's important. The whole internet needs it.
Nope.
God damn it, CJ. I know where you fucking live.
Nope.
See,
No, you don't.
I wish we had AuthorTube and all this back when I lived in Texas, because I had to try to hook up and like figure some writing thing out with Persephone and Wendy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so we've got Arkansas, North Carolina, Texas, East Texas. East Texas.
What's part of Texas?
CJ,
Because
I don't know if you're now the devil or what's going on. I think
I'm not the devil.
no, I think the devil is in your computer.
Yeah,
I
it's
put it there. Oh
already-
shit! You put
You
that
put it
computer
there.
from an atheist. You are in trouble. It's real mad at you now. You
Why?
can't trust
Why would
us.
you do
We're
this,
terrible.
Sarah?
Tommy, the Atlantic is dangerous. Don't swim in it. I went to Atlantic City and the lifeguard, he warned me because my children were in the water about floating bodies. My children got out of the water real fast. I was like,
Yeah, that's just Atlantic City.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
let's be real.
he's like,
You're
we
scaring
have,
the shit out of me.
he's like, we have litter in the water. And I was like, litter? And he's like, yeah, floaters. And I was like turds? And he's like, no, like people. I was all, get out of the water.
That doesn't happen. CJ, you're really bad.
I'm sorry.
You want to pop
Go
out and pop
away.
back in? Yeah, that's, I don't know. But yeah, like, we have that occasionally here. Usually our bodies turn up behind grocery stores.
Ours are eaten by coyotes. Leave them out in the desert. They'll be gone in 2 days.
We like routinely make worst of America lists as a city. Like,
Yeah.
we're routinely the second or third city on worst places in America to live. It really, like,
Yeah.
it's bad here. Like, it's bullshit. It's terrible. Like, this city is the most, like, the poor people will stay poor and the rich people will stay rich, and we will not interact in any fucking way. Of any city I've ever been in. And I've moved a lot, but it's ridiculous here. It's bad.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
whoa, what? You heard what about Sky?
No,
Oh, you heard about that Sky. I heard that about Sky, and I was like, whoa, what just happened in the comments? We're talking shit about people?
Got
What's
new tea
happening?
already.
Right? I was like, nope, I'm
no,
shutting
I
this shit down.
heard about the guy with the rip current.
With the what?
You heard about the what?
There was a guy that passed away. He got stuck in a rip current last weekend.
Yeah.
But you're right.
Where?
The U.S. is a little wild, Tommy. Thank you for joining us and listening to us be weird. Florida man. Florida man is the best
Florida
person
man.
in all of America.
Arizona man's catching up to him. Like the news the last 2 weeks, I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Arizona man. Oh my god.
You never hear nothing about Nebraska because this place sucks. That's why I'm getting out.
Nebraska man puts the trash out by the road.
I visited Nebraska with a girl I was friends with who was a little bit younger than me and had what was probably the most uncomfortable forced nudity situation with a young girl. Like, I was 12 or 13. Probably the most weird situation I'd ever had there. And thus, that is all I associate with Nebraska now. And I will not go back.
My best friend from middle school, it lives in Nebraska, and I visited her, and it was flat. I've never been to a place that was that flat. Like
Kansas.
Nebraska's pretty special that way.
Yeah.
Most of the Midwest is pretty flat. Nebraska's real flat.
Yeah.
It's like Kansas flat.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's wholesome. Like the little community that she lives in is wholesome, and like she's never talking about crime. And I was like, you know what? If I was another person, that'd be a great place to raise my family. Unfortunately, I need crazy.
Right.
No, it's all my crazy.
I mean, there's little towns here that, like, I lived in for 2 years. We lived in a town like 30 miles south of here in Cortland, and it's like between two. Well, Lincoln's still technically a small city, but between two little cities, and I could live there if I didn't have to drive so freaking far to get gas and go to town. But if you're not a Husker fan, there's something wrong with you. And
I don't even know what the fuck that means.
Yeah.
I feel like
that's literally the only sports team there is in this state that anybody cares about.
And they are rabid. They are.
What sport is it?
People say that we're nice here, but they're not. They will.
It's
the
college football. The college. It's not just football though. Like the basketball fans.
Oh, it doesn't matter at all. Like
it's their college.
Yeah, they only get money. They only get money to the football though. That's all they care about.
I was gonna say I never even heard of their basketball team.
Yeah, we have a decent baseball team. We have a decent basketball team. Our hockey team is made up of like high schoolers and freshman college, but like nobody cares about any of that. It's all about the
Worst
football.
timing ever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
So,
you all right, Zaquira?
Worst timing ever.
You need to go?
Okay, Zari and Kara, we're gonna leave y'all.
Oh, you're fine.
You need to go. Let's
No,
go.
it's the worst. The fact that she just went down here and yelled. I'm like,
No, you're fine. You're fine.
It's okay. Life happens.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's part of this.
yeah, cause
That's the motto.
yeah, I'm. Like mom is in the hospital, so she's trying to see
Oh
if we
no,
want to
go
see
take care
her.
of your family.
Yeah.
Go. Absolutely go. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We like having you. Come
meeting
next time.
You can always come next time.
Yeah, you're always welcome.
There too. But
Do you have anything that you're doing? Like, do you have a video coming soon or anything you want to promote?
Yeah.
let's see here. Well, like AuthorTube, I'm trying to work on doing more readings for my poetry.
Oh, yeah.
I love doing them. I've put one up so far. I might do more of that.
Awesome. I know a lot of people actually really like poetry, and there's not a ton of poets running around, so that's like really cool.
We have a blog and everything because that's how much I love it.
Okay, and we have Zaquira's links down below. They are the top links down there,
Yep.
so go check out Zaquira's links, and you go take care of your family.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
No
Bye.
problem. Thank you for coming. Have a good one. Awesome. All right, you guys, make sure you guys all go sub to Zaquira's channel if you're not already.
She's so sweet.
Yeah, she's very nice. And I felt bad because like her audio is not allowing her to talk over us in any way. I always feel bad for people because we talk a lot. Poetry is hard. It's a whole different way of doing things.
Mm-hmm.
And of thinking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just totally different. Like, and I have had people tell me I write my prose is relatively poetic. Still not even fucking close. It's like really hard to be a poet.
I actually got into writing from loving poetry. So
I see, and I'm like Tommy. I love poetry, and I write poetry occasionally. You will never see a bit of it because it is terrible.
Yeah.
But I enjoy doing it, and it is a me thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, that's me. My poetry, most of it I wrote was like when my family was going through hard times, and that was instead of writing journals because I didn't want to remember it that way. I just wrote the poetry and got the frustration out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's and I think a lot of writers do start with that. Like, a lot of writers I know had, especially like in high school during that like, I hate everything. My family doesn't understand me. No one gets what I'm going through phase. Poetry is really therapeutic, and then people who stick with it after that can do things with it that are like really amazing. I know a guy he's like 50, and he does like poetry, like he publishes poetry in town. It's called Zombie Logic Press. I'll try to remember to put a link down below. I actually play like D&D with him and stuff, but he does poetry.
The name alone is intriguing.
Yeah, and he's a lot of fun, and like he's just like a really cool guy, and he's just different than anyone else I've ever known. And like everybody's different, but like every once in a while you meet somebody where you're like, I've never known anyone like you at all. And he's that guy. So, yeah.
I think in 8th grade we were supposed to write like 35 poems, all different styles or whatever, 5 of each one. And I turned in a whole like binder of like 120 because once I got started, I couldn't stop. I was like, you can just pick 35 out of there. I don't care. Whatever.
I hated the poetry section of English. I love poetry. I love to write, or I love to read it. It inspires me to write, but it was so complicated. Like, I just could not get it. And I think that's why when I read other people's poetry, it means so much more to me, because I understand the struggle that goes into getting it just the way that it needs to be. Unless it's like, I don't know, like it's like rambling. Like, I know there's a lot of angry poetry now. Yeah. Like, my daughter listens to like screaming poetry. I just call it angry poetry. So I'm sorry.
I think I have a friend who does some, or at least he used to do some like poetry slams. Yeah, Malachi. I don't know if you knew Kyle.
I think I met him once. Maybe twice.
Met him. He was he married us. Yes. Kyle is now Malachi. Yes. Okay. You did not know that. Kyle is now Malachi.
I did not know.
So there you go. But yeah, he did poetry slams for a while, but I think that was when he lived in New York City. Now he lives in New Orleans, and he does different things.
Yeah. I think D.L. Stewart totally understands, because that's what it was, because it was being critiqued and I had to talk about it. It was like, and then I would get like, this isn't right, redo it. So
CJ might remember this. When I was in college, I was taking 2 constitutional law classes and 1 poetry class. So for the poetry class, I wrote a poem about the constitutional law class. But it was about like one of the cases.
Mm-hmm.
But it worked for both, because then I knew the case because I'd written a poem about it.
There you go.
We had so at my writing group, we have somebody who does a lot of poems. I never understood stand poems in general, and so when she brings poems, I'm just constantly confused. But she brought this one poem, and she brought the poem about somebody else at writing group, and I was like looking through this, and I was like, what? And she was so lucky that he wasn't there, because he was also kind of like a purple prose writer, if that makes any sense. Yeah. Like a lot of visuals, a lot of sensory, all that stuff. And she's the kind of person that when you first come to the critique, she does like that alpha female thing on you, where she just like, and then when you blow her off after enough, she stops talking to you. So they immediately are like butting heads like right off the bat. And so she wrote this poem where I couldn't tell if she hated him or she wanted to have sex with him. Like, I was very confused.
To be fair, I have had those feelings before.
I was gonna say, I feel that way about my husband all the time.
But she was so lucky that he wasn't there, because he's like a a TBI Marine, and his emotions just surface. Like they're not just kind of like filtered like we do. Like he experiences them, and they are raw and they're in the moment. And I was like, if he had been here, he would have killed you.
My nursing home did TBI.
Yeah.
I'm very familiar.
Yeah. So yeah, and like I remember like after reading it, I just took my red pen because I have a big fat one. I wrote "no" all over the poem.
Sometimes you just have to know something to death. We're just gonna not do this. Oh my god! So today my boss was looking at a file, and I honestly don't even know whose file it was, so I couldn't even begin to like violate anything. But someone's middle name, Nazie.
Maze? Or wait.
That's Nazi with an E at the end of it. What is that?
Daisy.
I don't know. I
The
hope
E
it's
changes?
some sort of like ethnic word of some sort, because otherwise it's Nazi spelled wrong. And it makes me very uncomfortable.
Well,
I'm like, why is their middle name Nazi though?
We have a kid at our that goes to the camp that I work for whose name is Isis. Not like ISIS, like the goddess Isis, but
Right.
like ICE''US.
Oh, that's
That's
different.
interesting.
like ice us, like freeze us, ice us. That's interesting.
Yeah.
My sister once worked in. My sister used to work in the student loan office at the college. It was her work study place, and she came across a woman whose name was Marijuana Pepsi Jackson.
Marijuana Pepsi Jackson is an actual person who lives in Chicago. At the very least.
Because they went to
There's at the least the one in Chicago, because I know a person who knows a person, so I've seen them on Facebook and they're a real person. So I know there's at least one real one. I know that's like a name that gets thrown around a lot. There's at least for sure one.
You know, I heard that in Europe, you actually have to get like the blessing of the government before you can name your children.
there are places.
There are
and
a
that
couple
way-
of band names in the US, I believe.
Mhm.
Oh,
in-
okay. I was gonna say that way you don't have a bunch of
Is it
people running around
It's
with the
somewhere in
name.
Scandinavia. I don't remember if it's Sweden.
Yeah, no,
or-
there's band
Iceland.
names in most countries.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But like, yeah, the approval thing is different. But like, there are band names in most countries. There's less in some countries and more in others, obviously. But like, there are countries where you can't be named Jesus with the middle name Christ.
Yeah.
You know,
Which I
like
think is really unreasonable.
I was gonna say, but what if you're of like Mexican descent and it's spelled Jesus but pronounced
It could be-
Jose?
you could have Cristo in the U.S. Last I
Jesus
knew, anyway.
Cristo.
Yeah, you could have that.
In a
But you
different
could not,
language.
right, but you could not be Jesus Christ in English. Even though we don't have a national language, but don't get me started.
I had
Right.
when I used to be a teacher, I had a kid and I called her my special Twi'lek because she had a Twi'lek name. So like,
Twi'lek?
yeah, I called her my Twi'lek kid. So
What
this
does
is
that mean?
how well, so Twi'leks, like here I'm typing it right now. So Twi'leks have names that look like that. Like they've got like
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's a Twi'lek name, right? And I remember seeing the name on the roster and I was like, oh, it's a Twi'lek person, right? And then I saw her and I was like, nope, you are definitely not Twi'lek. But like her parent had taken a very like different way of saying Brigitte because that's how you pronounce that.
That's what I was
Brigitte?
gonna ask. Is it
Brigitte.
Brigitte? Yeah.
Brigitte.
That doesn't surprise me. But if her first name was Fabra and her last name or her middle name was Brigitte, that would be even
this
better.
was her first name, but I always just called her my special Twi'lek.
She could be Fabergé egg.
That's funny.
See, this marijuana Pepsi must be like, because marijuana Pepsi Jackson is like the niece of a guy I used to work with. which is why I knew that there was a real one of those. There's a marijuana Pepsi Sawyer who was on the Today Show.
Well, see, like
Apparently
when you
this
said
is-
something about tequila, there's always tequila.
Don't even get me started on that bitch. Somebody needs to smother her. And I don't advocate for murdering people except her.
Who is she? Like, what does she do? Is she an actress? Is she
She's a cunt. That's like her whole job is to just be a cunt all over the
I
internet.
don't even know technically what she.
She used to be
does?
on, I think
I
it was
just-
Flavor of Love is where she originated from.
Is that where? Because I
think.
remember seeing her on
The reality
Tequila
TV
Tequila
star.
Finds Love.
She probably started by trying to have sex with Flavor Flav. Let's just all just put that into perspective and just leave it there.
Yeah.
Mike, I don't know
Tequila
if
says
you
she's
would
a
have liked me.
former adult actress.
I'm very facetious, Mike. I don't know if you would have liked me. I kept trying to get my students to give me tamales. None of them gave me tamales. All the other teachers around me got tamales, and I'm like, literally, like, I will give you an A for a tamale. No,
I
tamale.
think I'm going to order tamales next week from the tamale lady. My boss gets 3 dozen of them every week, and every week I threaten them. It's $11 a dozen, though. Like, why wouldn't you get a dozen tamales?
that?
Right.
You know what? That is a steal of a deal because here they're 15 a dozen.
Yeah, and
so,
she delivers them, and she won Taster's Choice at the local place. Cost of living is like super low here because it's shit.
Because it's a whole.
Yeah.
But you only have to live till you're like 27 because otherwise you get shot. Works out pretty well.
Well, then I won't be coming to live near you because I have children that are younger than 27 that I'd like to live for a while.
You
have
don't
to
I
want
made
to
it
care.
to 37. I'm like a ninja. I almost made it to 38, just like 12 and a half days now.
Aphrodite doesn't like tamales.
That's all right, Aphrodite. Everyone's allowed to be wrong about something.
I was
You
going to say,
just like tacos. Tell me you like tacos, Aphrodite.
you know, it's probably because she hasn't tasted real, authentic tamales.
Yeah.
She's probably
My-
had
yeah.
the ones you get at the store.
My godson and his family live in the UK, Tommy, so I totally know that, like, it's
Yeah,
not even.
When
My
did
sister's moving there.
My heart. Y'all, I'm not liking tamales.
Aphrodite,
This is where
When
my
you get-
this is my
Oh my God, we're gonna have to get Carrow in an ambulance or something. Everybody stop.
Remember that one time you told me you didn't like something, Sarah, and I just fell out of my chair?
What was that? I don't remember what
That
it
was funny as hell.
Anne Rice. You didn't like something by Anne Rice, and I just fell to the ground.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I don't like Anne Rice herself. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
Well-
I read The Vampire Lestat and I read Interview and I read something else, but I think I was drunk when I read that because I like to read when I'm drunk.
Yeah, but to be in all fairness, Anne Rice went from one personality type to another personality type, and they are like night and day.
Well, and also 100%
sounds
in
hot,
her defense, I fucking hate vampires.
Oh.
So that's a whole thing. So it's not her fault that she writes vampires, and I fucking hate them. So
Well,
there's automatically like a chance that I'm going to not like it very much.
Right.
Aphrodite, if you ever come here, I will take you to a place where many Mexican food options are optional, and they may have tamales, but they also have tacos. So I'm just saying.
Wait, what did it, was it called menudo?
Oh, I don't eat menudo.
You guys make me sad. Not liking tamales.
Well, she's talking about Mexican soups, and I'm like,
Do you guys watch South Park at all? There's an older episode of South Park where Cartman's hand is Jennifer Lopez,
Oh my
and
goodness.
she sings a taco taco burrito burrito song, and that's all I can think about now. Tommy, I'm gonna go look on Facebook and see where they live because I don't remember because I'm a terrible whatever I am.
Just
What
so
am
y'all
I?
know, we didn't get much writing done today. This is
Godmother.
important lady talk, okay?
Yeah,
You're
we're
a
doing
godmother.
terrible things.
Yes.
What the hell is a tamale? Okay, a tamale, Mr. McPhee, is, it's like masa, which is corn. It's like ground up corn. And you take a corn husk and you spread the masa on it. You stuff meat and an olive, and then you wrap it up like a present and you steam it until it's firm. And then you eat it. And it fills your soul
And
with
then you're
goodness.
happy.
It's so good.
Yes.
It's delicious.
It's delicious.
It is.
All
Did I
right.
tell you guys my
A
story?
Mexican
How I learned how to eat
vegetable
tamales?
soup. I'm guessing it was like pozole. Was it red?
She doesn't like tacos either, guys.
Yes, Michaela. Whenever
The
I am
sadness.
sick, I call my grandma and I tell her I need menudo, and she brings it, and I am cured. And
If I called
when
my
was-
grandma and told her I was sick, she would say, "What the fuck are you calling me for?" If she didn't say, "Who the hell are you?"
Does she have
She-
dementia?
What the hell?
No,
does that
she
mean?
doesn't, but she likes me so little that when I went to her
Oh.
90th birthday party, she introduced herself to my husband, who she's met several times.
Yeah.
Andy was at her birthday party. No introduction needed.
Oh man. No,
She's a special lady.
Yeah.
no. I ate menudo.
I think she means well. I don't think she hates me, but I don't think she cares either.
I may have to go. I have a work thing. Like, sorry, I
Oh.
know we've been talking, but I've been having to do a work thing over here.
No, do you need to do your quick promos and get out of here?
Yeah, I have to.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Nope, that's fine. Carrow, drop the promos.
Hey, my name is Carrow Brown. I write urban fantasy, and I have a YouTube channel where I talk about writerly things. If you would like to check out my writing style and see if it's up your alley, you can subscribe to my newsletter where you can get free access to a short story, or you can just buy it for 99 cents or Kindle Unlimited, whatever works for you. But, feel free to subscribe, reach out if you have questions or anything. I definitely am here to help out the writing community. So I'm going to go.
Links are down below.
Yeah.
Bye, Carrow.
Bye, friends. Thanks for having me.
Yep, thanks for coming.
Bye.
See, and if you come back, Zaquira, see, everybody has things, so don't worry.
I just got her newsletter today.
I
So I'm
have to
looking
start
to
checking
see.
my email more like I'm a real person, but I check my email at work all day, and it makes me want to die. So I don't want to check
Right.
my email. And then they
Yeah.
also remind me about my student loans I can't pay.
She has a giveaway every month. So if
I
you
know.
are, if you're subscribed to her newsletter, so I got to find out who won. This is probably not me. Stop, cat. This one's actually really good. I'm like looking through her. Sorry,
I opened Facebook for some reason, and now I've been
Oh no.
I've been stopped by this picture that says, "All y'all need to step up your D&D game." You know what? Hold on a second. Let me show you. I can do this because I'm the commander. I just have to figure out how to do it.
Oh, so it says if I stop and read it, it says my May giveaway winner is, and it's announced, but the name of the winner looked like some kind of weird, like one of those, how you have to identify that you're not.
That's what
Yeah.
y'all need to be doing with your D&D game. Can you guys see it?
Holy
No
crap.
shit.
That's amazing.
That's another level
Wow.
right there.
Wow.
All right, that's
Smoke and all.
right. That's amazing. Okay. Sorry, I thought y'all needed to see that. That's amazing.
It's pretty awesome.
Sorry, Dana. Go back to what you're saying. I'm sorry.
Oh, the name of her winner. It looked like one of those, the random generated prove you're not a robot things.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like. So that's what I thought it was. I was like, why am I having to do this again? But it's the name of the person who won.
Gotcha.
Ah.
And it wasn't me.
Not you.
That's sad.
I need to get to
well,
working
one
on my
day.
newsletter. It's a thing on a list that I need to figure out how to do. It's just not on that list very close to the top.
Right.
Right?
I have nothing
Alright.
to tell anyone, so no one
Are we
knows.
gonna try to like do another sprint so people feel like?
Yeah, we
Apparently,
totally
Michael
can.
enjoys our not write-ins.
I know. It's like I get a little bit of writing done.
No,
on
we're gonna do
Friday
some
night,
sprints. We're gonna
but-
do some sprints. We are. Damn
But
it.
seriously, I enjoy just being able to talk to you guys because, you know.
It's our little de-stress for the week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we really do need to sprint because people are here to actually work.
Yeah.
So
Oh, hey, there's the cat.
Fine.
I know you guys think I'm a pain in the ass, but we should sprint. So,
Oh,
Let's do this.
Tommy's going to bed.
all right. Good night, Tommy. Thanks. Just nice to see you. Thanks for coming.
Sleep well. All right. Are you ready?
All right, let's do this.
All right. In 3, 2, 1, go. There's our time. What do you want? Nope.
I got 2:41.
I got all of my